Welcome back to the Barry Charles Footy Show, your one-stop shop for everything rugby league. In this episode, we're going to talk about, yes, the Melbourne Storm, the Mr. Consistence, the most boring team in the NRL, but you know they're going to get it done every single week. The Melbourne Storm are the team of the top fours, absolutely, but need to go back to the promised land. They need a victory. Can they get it? The Melbourne Storm. Been a little while between drinks. Can they bounce back for Craig Bellamy? Or will it be Craig Bellamy's last season? The Melbourne Storm, are they a chance of winning the comp? Let's get to it right here, right now, at Barry Charles Footy Show. Yes, well, let's have a look here in terms of losses. They lost Justin Olam recently, Tom Eisenhuth, Jaden Nikonima, and Tarek Sims been their biggest loss. And really have only gained Sean Bloor. They haven't really added too much to their list this season. They've sort of gone from within. So, the Melbourne Storm. Now, the biggest question marks clearly is Ryan Papenhuyzen. Can he stay on the field for the rest of the season? I really hope so. I really, really, really hope so, because the Melbourne Storm need him. Because he is what they've been missing on winning the premiership. Now, going back a couple of years, if they re-sign Nicho Hynes and let Ryan Papenhuyzen go, I think they would have won a premiership. That's how good Nicho Hynes was playing when they were both playing. But obviously, they stuck with Ryan Papenhuyzen, which I understand why they did. I understand it completely. But they probably might be wishing they had kept Nicho Hynes. But it didn't happen. And Ryan Papenhuyzen got the injuries, unfortunately, and hasn't really been seen on the footy field much the last couple of years. But will he be ready for round one? That's another question mark as well. But he is the fullback to select. Otherwise, Nick Meaney will go to fullback if he is not there. The wing position, well, I think you've got to bring Suafalogo in. If you want the Melbourne Storm to go to their next level, they've got to take a risk. And I think Falogo into the wing spot, push Warbrook into the centres, with Xavier Coates and Nick Meaney on the other side. There's potential for fireworks, and they could be absolutely a team that can win this comp, the Melbourne Storm. They really are a team within the scopes of being able to win the premiership. Cameron Munster, obviously, with Jerome Hughes in 6 and 7. You could argue that it just hasn't gelled as well as maybe you'd think. And Cameron Munster maybe needs to go, yes, I need to go to a little bit extra level more so we can win the premiership. Because in those big, tight games, they haven't got it right. Christian Welsh, and I'll put Sean Bloor in. I think you just got to start the youngish bloke and say, come on, it's time to level up. Let's not muck around. Harry Grant, number 9, Trent Leleo, Ali Katoa, and Josh King. So let's get a little bit, is that strong? It's probably one of the weakest in the NRL. Let's be honest. Even West Tigers have a bit strong. Even you could argue the Dragons as well. But that's a little bit of a question mark there. But it is the Melbourne Storm that find a way. Will Jonah Pezzett get his chance to play consistently? But you can't complain about the rest. Nelson Sofa Solomona, Tui Kamakamika, and Tyron Wishart. Very handy players. And then you've got Remus Smith, Chris Lewis, Dean Iremai, Marion Sebe, Tepai, Morora, Grant Anderson. A lot of these players have been around the club for 5-6 years, and they're just journeymen. I mean, they're just fringe first graders, and they continue to stay at the Storm. Does that tell you something? They haven't won that premiership, a lot of them, for a while, but maybe 2024 the Melbourne Storm could do it. If I'm looking at the squad overall, I think again, just with the likelihood, I think they're a top 4 squad. Question marks in the second row, but they could potentially be, they're all solid players, and that's what he's all known to do, Craig Bellamy. But yes, I think everything rolls around Ryan Papenhuyzen, a little bit like Tommy Turbo at Manly Seagulls. If Ryan Papenhuyzen goes boom and stays on the field, Melbourne Storm are a premiership threat. But without them, they'll be solid and always continue to be in the top 8, but just probably won't get it done. Whālogo could be a potential rising star of the competition. That's why I think you can't just let him sit back and wait. He needs to start. And if that means dropping Remus Smith out of the squad, that's what you got to do. Because Whālogo is this potential star of the future. I think they just got to play him. And he is ready to take the fullback position if Ryan Papenhuyzen gets injured. I think there's a potential that they may not need Ryan Papenhuyzen and Whālogo can do the job. A lot of pressure for the young kid, but he showed the talent, he can do it. But yes, Cameron Munster, I don't know, he hasn't been that consistent at times from the Storm. I thought, yeah, but he can be. He can have like about 3 or 4 good weeks and then he'll drop away. It's a bit of a, just don't know about Munster. Looks sort of in the ilk of Andrew Johns in a way. He can play some really brilliant games and then you don't see him do anything. So probably a similar type of player, old school American sort of player. But at the moment, it's all winning your premierships, is it? Where you got someone like Nathan Cleary, who, well, could be, but for one is very methodical like Cooper Cronk, but is taking it to the next level. To me, Cameron Munster needs to put himself in the frame and say, I want to win the premiership this year, and go, boom, I can do it. The Storm are clearly a chance of winning the premiership. I think they're going to miss it. I think they're just going to miss out again like last season for mine. But if Papenhuyzen or Whālogo, if one of them go berserker fullback, they can win. I'm not 100% sure what will happen. And Whālogo might need this season, if Ryan Papenhuyzen does unfortunately get injured, he might need this full season just to get himself going. But yeah, Craig Bellamy is on his last couple of legs, if it's this year or the next year, whenever it's going to be. He'll be wanting to win a premiership. I think Whālogo is a big key to that, and Ryan Papenhuyzen. But yes, I don't know. He hasn't been able to sign those big players, has he? Signed nothing this season. Been losing players. Bellamy's lost that edge of continue to find journeyman as where he has, but he hasn't really signed too many at all this season, which is interesting. We'll see how they go in the Melbourne Storm, but you know they're always solid. I can't see them missing the 8. They just continue to be very strong, and Melbourne Storm always seem to have had a pretty balanced squad and always have a bit of depth. They might not be star depth, but they've got depth down to about 24. They've always had depth. Maybe not necessarily the most talented players, but they can get it done. So there's a chance in Melbourne Storm, or a chance going all the way. But anyway, that is the Barry Charles Footy Show for this episode. I will be back with the Brisbane Broncos, who come second last year. Arguably should have won the premiership, but they choked the last 20 minutes of the game. But let's talk about the Brisbane Broncos next. Have an awesome day out there.